Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine.
And Jennifer Denny.
And this morning, we're going to talk about branding and branded templates. And if you've got an opinion, if you have an idea, be sure to say hello in the chat.
All right, let's talk about this.
All right, so Jennifer, I know why I love branded templates, and I'm just going to put it right out there. Branded templates save you time and money. How about you? Why do you love it? And then I can talk about, or we can just jump right into how you see templates saving time and money.
I'm going to put an honest truth out there that when I first started my business, I didn't do this. And I secretly watched you and Round Peg, and I was like, you know what? It's so cool. Like, all her stuff is consistent across the board. I was like, I want to be that someday. And I eventually got to that point. But when you first start, it's a lot.
Yeah, but you know what? On the one hand, it's a lot, but on the other hand, it is such a time saver. And if you set right from the beginning your colors, your fonts, what you will and won't do design wise, then every time you go to Canva, you're not reinventing the wheel.
Yes.
And, you know, when I used to teach branding classes, I used to teach people, business owners, okay, it's the rule of two. Pick two colors. Use those as your primary colors. And when you do, everything has that, like you said, consistent feel.
Yep. Yep. I mean, it definitely helps from a standpoint, just on the time and money too, is there are certain things that are repeatable. And so when we talk about templates, we're not talking about like, it's boring. You have testimonials that you probably constantly put out. You probably have tips that you constantly put out. Like, there are things that you constantly talk about. You constantly post in LinkedIn versus Twitter versus Facebook, and they all have different sizes. So if you have these templates, it obviously makes things faster because you're not redesigning and rethinking through things.
Absolutely. And so that's where it saves you time. And where it saves you money is if you're hiring graphic designers. When you hire a designer, if you go to them and you say, okay, my blue is 00467F and my teal is 02A18, A6, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They don't spend a lot of time tweaking and testing different colors. And for you as a business owner, if you go in and play with your colors every single time, you can spend hours creating a graphic that I can knock out in 30 minutes because I'm like, it's this blue, it's this teal, we're using this font. Next, move on.
Yep. And if you don't have it, then hire a branding expert, and have them come up with it, because you do have colors you like, you do have words you like, logo, what have you. You need to make that consistency so you can get to the templates.
Absolutely. And so when you think about branded templates, what do you have kind of in your template kit? And then we can talk about why this is not just good saving you money, but it also is good business because it improves your ability to sell and connect with customers.
So I'm going to wrap my branded templates in what is my content that I consistently post. So for us, we consistently post about templates. So that's something that, testimonials. That's something that we post at least once a month, if not every other week. We have tips. So that's something. And we have variations of that. We have podcasts that we put out. We have videos that we put out. We have a chat that we put out. So it's kind of my content, but there's templates that go along with that so that we don't have to recreate the wheel, and it's just constantly doing it month after month.
I mean, when I have like a template that I'm creating, so let's say it's for a podcast episode. In one Illustrator file, I will have the Facebook post, the Pinterest post, the LinkedIn post. I'll have all of the different sizes in one document. So when I go to update, I'm working in one screen. Now on Canva, you can't do that. So what I'll do is I'll create all those standards. I'll upload them all to Canva,
Yep.
and I'll put them in a folder. So
Yep.
I'm not searching. So I have a folder for more than a few words episodes that are interviews, more than a few words episodes that are single, just me. Then I have templates for just my articles, and so on.
I think it's great that you're still using Adobe Illustrator, like you're still using those really in-depth tools to get that really great design, but then you're carrying it over to Canva so that it could be shared and used with multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
I love using both of those resources to kind of get the best design.
Absolutely. And so if you're thinking about launching your brand, you don't have to, my apologies to the graphic designers out there, but the good ones actually appreciate this. You don't have to hire a designer to do every single thing. Hire the designer to give you a good toolkit, a good standard template,
Yes.
and then do variations on a theme. And one of the things that I always found is I'd start with a great theme. Over time, I would tweak it and tweak it and tweak it. And at some point, I looked at it and I went, ooh, I've tweaked too much. And then I'd go back to the designer and say, hey, clean this up.
Yeah.
But okay, so on the one hand, it saves you time and money, whether it's you doing it or hiring. But let's talk about some of the other benefits of consistently presenting your brand.
Yeah, so I've seen this, with people, and they've got a different look and feel on LinkedIn with their header, and they've got a different look and feel on Facebook, and it's just kind of all over the place. And then the website looks like one, and it was
Mm-hmm.
probably this progression where you did one and did the other one, and you need to go back and make it
Mm-hmm.
consistent across the board. So no matter where I'm at, it all looks the same, and that increases brand revenue because people understand, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is the same brand.
Well, and also, there is in marketing this idea that I don't even notice you till I bumped into you 10, 15 times. And so if every time I bump into you, you look different. Think about like you meet someone for the first time and then they change their hair color. And the next
Yeah.
time you see them, they've lost a bunch of weight. You
Yeah.
won't necessarily realize it's the same person.
Yeah.
And the same is true for branding.
Psychology
Um,
101.
mhm. And I think people want to buy from organizations they know and trust
And like.
and like. And so, having that template that makes you recognizable is really critical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I know, we spent a lot of time on the template itself, but I kind of want to jump down to this one point, which is that your brand is not just colors. It's not just your logo.
No.
You want to pick two fonts, your standard workhorse font and one for a little bit of fun. And
Yeah.
they should go together. They should feel like a set. But every time you go to Canva, they have fabulous fonts. Don't choose all of them.
Don't make don't make different templates with different fonts.
Mm-mm.
Use the same font. Like it's
Yeah. I mean, font it's amazing. And getting your designer to pick a good font that's a little bit different will make your designs pop. They'll stand out because you won't look like everybody else,
yeah.
but at the same time, you will look like you consistently.
Yeah, there you go. And my favorite on that list, those words.
Mm-hmm.
The words that you use matter, and they elicit different responses and different emotional feelings. And so, having a consistency of words that go together can really help tell that brand story.
And that it's funny because when I was at Conseco, we had a very specific dictionary, which sounds crazy, but I
Interesting.
actually took a lot of that into Roundpeg because I really liked it, which was we don't use words that end in IZE. We don't maximize, we don't utilize, and that's because that's pretentious.
Mm-hmm.
Real people don't walk around going, well, we're going to maximize and optimize your life. No, you sound douchey.
Well, you have a certain client that you're trying to go after, no matter what brand you have, and there are certain words that are going to appeal to them more than other people. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And those words, those choices will help bring that personality. And so using them consistently, and particularly when you have different writers, it's really critical.
Yeah, yeah, that they understand those differences. So, I'm trying to think, but I feel like we've really wrapped this topic up. Using branded templates saves time, it saves money, it's going to increase your revenue. Like, you need to do it.
Absolutely. And so, if you've enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to look for other small biz chats, and look for resources and assistance. I mean, if you want help taking your branded templates and actually using them in your advertising and your marketing, you need to talk to Jen.
But if you want to get an actual brand created, don't talk to Jen. Jen doesn't do that.
No, but we
Not
can
a
help
branding
you.
expert.
But we can help you find people who will.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.